Hey everyone, Brian here at the PEI Truck and Sector Council, and today, as part of our Jumpstart series, we're going to take a look at some things you should consider before you train as a truck driver. So stay with us. So one of the things we find here at the Truck and Sector Councils, unfortunately, a lot of people really rush into their new careers. They don't do a whole lot of research into it. They just think that I want to become a truck driver or I want to become a mechanic, and that's it, and they hop into it and they take training, and then they come out and they start looking for work and realize that maybe they have some employment barriers, or maybe they've taken the wrong training program, and finding work is not going to be quite as easy as they thought it once was going to be. So we want to prepare you for this and kind of give you that jump start. Make sure you're ready to come into the industry. So stay with us and let's get into a little more detail. One of the first things we like to ask those coming in to the industry that want to be truck drivers is, can you commit to it? And really, that's a big question, because this is not your typical 9-to-5 job. Now, whether you want to drive local, short haul, long haul, there takes some commitment to be a truck driver, because really it's more about a lifestyle than it is about a job. So the things to kind of consider, can you be away from home for longer periods of time? That might just be throughout the day, all day, or it could be a few days at a time, or it could be a few weeks at a time, depending on how you want to stay out. And can those that you leave at home be able to commit to that as well? Do you have young kids? Do you have commitments? You know, if you're the coach of a local sports team, you can't be on the road for days at a time. So there's things to consider when you're coming in. Now, this is especially true as a new driver, because you really need to commit to this career for the first year or two until you get some experience under your belt. Then you can decide where you want to go from there. Now, once you get that experience, you may be able to come back and find that dream job you've been looking for. But until then, you really do need to get your experience and put your time in. So you really are going to have to commit to this. Now, sometimes our people coming in think, well, I can't commit to long haul, but I could commit to short haul. But things to consider with that is that short haul will keep you away from home as well. Now, you may be sleeping in your bed, but you are probably going to put in longer hours, and you will still miss out on things close to home. So can you commit to this industry? That's the question you're going to have to ask yourself. And if you can't, maybe the timing's not right. The next big thing we want people to consider is, do I qualify to be a truck driver here in Prince Edward Island? And unfortunately, a lot of people think that anyone can become a truck driver, and that's just so far from the truth. So let's take a look at the easiest way to kind of quantify whether you should come into the industry or not. And that's really by whether you can be hired. So the first place to start is through our industry documentation. We're going to take a look at driving abstracts, we're going to take a look at driver medicals, criminal record histories, things like that. So if you have a bunch of speeding tickets, if you've been into a lot of accidents, and this is kind of showing on your driving record, you may struggle to find work within this industry, just purely based on your driving record. If you have medical conditions, major health concerns that would prevent you from getting a commercial medical approved, then that's maybe an issue for you as well. And of course, the criminal records. If you have a criminal record here, it makes it pretty tricky to find work in the trucking industry. Part of that is because we do need you to have clean records to cross borders, so crossing to the US. But part of it's also about being able to be bonded. And then again, our companies are also doing character checks. So really there's a lot of things to consider, but that's the easiest place to start is, do I actually qualify to be part of this industry? Now, if everything's clean, you've got a clean driver record, clean criminal record search, and you've passed medical, no problem, then definitely proceed. But if you have some issues there within some of these documents, they will probably present a pretty good significant employment barrier for you. You may want to address that before you go any farther. So certainly something to consider. So perhaps one of the most important things that you need to consider is what training you're going to take and how you're going to get hired. And really, this is something you need to put in place before you take your training. So here on PEI, for truck drivers coming into the industry, we really only recommend one program, and that's our 12-week program. And that's 8 weeks with a school, 4 weeks as an internship component, and that really makes all the difference. Now, part of it's a stronger training program, but the big part is that you get your foot in the door and you can actually start working with an employer. And that is key as a new driver, because that's one of the areas you're going to struggle with. Our drivers that don't get an internship typically get stuck in this catch-22. I can't get experience because I don't have experience, and it's hard to get that initial hire. Now, we may have a major driver shortage here in PEI, but we're not hiring just anyone. So again, it comes down to taking the right training, and that means that the 12-week driver training program, and it also means finding the right work. So you are going to want to talk to an employer before you start your training to make sure you have somewhere to go, you have an internship lined up, and you kind of know what they're looking for. Now, not all training is the same, not all companies are the same, so you're going to want to do that homework before you start your training. It will give you one of the best advantages when you come out and you're looking for work. It's better than probably anything else, so it's something you really want to consider and have in place before your training, and I promise you, it will help you find that perfect career that you've been looking for. As always, thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. If you have other questions or you're looking for more information, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact us at the PEI Trucking Center Council. We have a ton of other resources that I'm sure you'll find useful. And as always, you can check out some of the other videos as part of this series and try and help you get the jump start in the trucking industry. Thanks for stopping by, and we look forward to seeing you later.